So I have to eat more? Okay.
Not like that, you fat ass.
Who said that? Who said that?
I did.
Well, then how should I eat?
Now this is me here at 137 after my first ever cut, suffering on a whopping 1600 calories, and I look like poop. Now this is me here even lighter than I am right now, and I got here eating 2500 calories a day, and I look pretty fucking good, don't I?
Let me guess. You've been on a 12-week diet, you started at 300 pounds, and now you're still 300 pounds. Now, either that, or you're at a point where you've been losing weight fast, but at the same time, your weight loss has kind of stalled or plateaued. Now, why is this? I'm here to uncover the biggest mistake people make when it comes to weight loss, and it's something you think would work drastically, and it can, but a lot of times it actually is very counterproductive and it blows up in your face 10 times out of 10. What do you think it is? Now, the biggest mistake I see when people are trying to cut weight is that they cut calories way too fast in the beginning. And while this can work in the very beginning if you've already been eating like a fat ass, over time, this causes one thing in your body: metabolic adaptation. Now, this is usually triggered by fucking starving. So if you've been eating 1200 calories for the past 6 weeks, no wonder you're going through this. So essentially, the longer you've been starving yourself, or the longer you're eating 1200 calories, your body will have to adapt to that, because metabolic adaptation is your body trying to survive. It detects that you have a lower amount of energy coming in, and so therefore metabolic adaptation will decrease your energy expenditure and overall metabolic rate in order to just fucking survive in the first place. So this is why essentially 1200 calories will become your maintenance. Now, how in the hell do we fix this? We fix this by setting your body's new baseline by going on a diet break. And no, this is not an excuse to eat like a fat ass. You want to take a period of 1 to 2 weeks to go on a diet break and eat at your maintenance calories again. You figure out what that number is, either going on internet calculators or just fucking around and finding out. Eat that for 2 weeks, or even slightly above maintenance.
Now, besides just eating at maintenance, you should structure a refeed period by prioritizing increasing your carb intake. I suggest by double or triple, and at the same time you can also even decrease your protein intake. Not by too much though. I recommend still getting in the 0.8 grams per pound of body weight, and even somewhat limit fat to around 20 to 40 grams. Now, the more carbs you have, the less protein you actually need, because carbs actually do have a protein sparing effect, meaning the more carbs you have, the less protein you need. Now, let's just say, for example, you typically eat 1700 calories, but on this refeed period, you're having 2100 calories. You want to eat those extra 400 calories in carbs. So what you do is you take, carbs are 4 grams per calorie. So you take the difference between 2100 minus 1700 and make up for that in carbs.
In doing this, you do a couple things. You boost your metabolism. You also heighten levels of leptin in your body, which is the hormone responsible for appetite and also your body fat. Now, after you've had your 2 or 3 week period where you've been eating at maintenance, that should in theory be your new maintenance. Now, what you do after that? After that, you subtract around 300 to 400 calories from what you've been eating, and we ball by losing weight in a small caloric deficit and not a gigantic one. Now, some things to remember when you're doing this: eat a lot of protein, do steady state cardio, train, don't just lift. And you do all that, you should have a very effective and efficient cut. Slower and steady wins the race. Now, how often should you be taking a diet break? Here's a chart right here that explains everything, depending on what body fat you are, whether you're a male or a female, etc., etc. Also, on top of all the stuff I just mentioned, I think the number one benefit of a diet break is actual adherence to the diet. You've had 2 weeks to fill back out again, to feel full again, and so you can attack your cut feeling good again versus being starving for 12 weeks and you have 5 more weeks to go. And plus, a lot of professional bodybuilders will do this too when they're in the tail end of their prep, or if they're in the middle of prep and they need a reset.
Okay, so just like the last video, we got another recipe cooking up, and this one is supposed to be a refeed recipe with a lot of carbs. So what you do first is you take 200 grams of diced chicken breast, like I've already diced up here, and put them into a bowl. Now take that bowl full of chicken boobs and fill it up with water
up until it just barely covers the chicken, and you want to make sure it covers the chicken. Now, you might be wondering what the fuck this giant bag of baking soda is for. This is going to velvet our chicken and make it more tender, because as you know, chicken breast normally is dry and hard and bitter as a fucking rock. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 2 tablespoons approximately and put it into the water mixture and mix it until it looks mixed like this. Also, take 112 grams of burrata protein pasta and start boiling that shit for about 10 to 15 minutes. Now, for my magic soy sauce mixture, which will taste amazing, I just took everything red and put it into a bowl. I'm gonna list the ingredients up here right now because I'm running slim on time for this clip in general. At this point, just dump out all the water, season your chicken however you'd like. I did salt, pepper, and paprika. And then cook your chicken until it is cooked. Now, be wary because this stuff will cook way faster once it's been velveted. Oh, also, make sure you velvet it for 30 minutes at least so it gets the full effect. Anyways, put the pasta and the sauce in, one after the other. Let it simmer for a little bit. Now, take an egg, scramble it in the pan before you mix it in, and once it's scrambled, well, then mix it in. At this point, you just want to cook it until it's fully cooked. And you'll see it's fully cooked when the eggs have proper consistency and the noodles are a nice golden brown. So as you guys have hopefully visibly seen, I am a brown Asian man, and this recipe is fried noodles. And in the end, it should look like this. This recipe comes out to 810 calories, 72 grams of carbs, 63 grams of protein, and I honestly forgot the fat, but this works out very well for a refeed. Anyways, thank y'all for watching. If you guys are at all interested, one of my dear best friends, Max, is currently launching Lucid Physique, where we are looking to transform people's lives and help coach you to lose body fat. You are given a personalized program where we focus on the 3 pillars of fat loss: your mind, your body, and your energy. If that sounds like something you want to do and you want to change your life and not be a fat sack of shit, the link will be in the description. Thank y'all.